Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here and welcome to Dawn and Julia Create. So today is my turn and I have no idea what I was thinking when I chose this. But yeah, everything is blue. So we have got our journals out that we made. So these are our this is my Dawn and Julia Create journal. So lots and lots of gorgeous I'm looking for the pages actually I've done. So we've got quite a few done already. So the plan is to do one today. I love that one. This one has to be my favorite, I think. So the plan is, yeah, to do one today, and the choice is, well, it's not a choice. The theme is blue, so it has to be a blue journal page. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I've just realised we need some gesso, so I'm going to grab my clear gesso for this. Oh no, yep. Okay, so gesso. What is gesso? For those who are new to my channel and have no idea about mixed media, gesso is your primer. It's an acrylic base, and basically it means that whatever surface you are working on, by putting a gesso over the top of it, it allows any medium to then be able to stick to that surface. So whether it be metal, plastic, cardboard, grey board, which is what we're using today, all of the mediums that I have chosen for today's project will work perfectly on this surface. So luckily my gesso does dry very clear. I feel like what I should do is actually just prep my whole book, but yeah, we haven't got time for that. Right, and this is also, and it's starting to yeah, dry up. You need to use your products, guys. Mind you, I haven't done very much mixed media at all since getting into the studio, so that is definitely something that is going to change, especially next year. I'm going to get myself a little we're going to, yeah, change things up and have a regular schedule instead of me just doing whatever it is I want to do, which is normally the case. But it'll be whatever I want to do, but doing whatever it is that I'm doing. So we'll have, definitely, I'm hoping every week we'll have a stash busting video, we'll have a mixed media video, we'll have a stash busting video. Yeah, so that is the plan for next year. So I know I'm trying to get well ahead for yeah, for everything. Right, I should really put that in water, but yeah, I'll do that in a minute. So that is that. While that is drying, because it does dry very, very quickly, I've got a few things out that I would like it to use. First thing is this stencil. So this is called Flower Fall stencil. Absolutely gorgeous, and this is by a Clever Print. So I'm going to use that today. The other thing that I would like to use, I want to use this for some stamping. This is Splats and Ladders, and this is by our gorgeous Julia, so from JMC Designs. So we're going to use that, and I want to use these background stamps because I just think they'll be lovely. I'm even tempted to use that one. I've also got a sheet of the blue flowers out of my newest collection, Garden Treasures, because I was thinking, what blue things do I have, and I thought they would go perfectly. The other thing that I looked at was Julia's bit box bits. And I think I can, just to say, get away with that. What I might do is colour them in, because I think she'll be gorgeous as a focal point on our page. So I am going to use that. And then if need be, I've also brought this stamp set in as well, because it's just got loads of lovely texture bits on it that I thought they might need. Not 100% sure whether I am going to use that. I don't know what that sticker's doing on there, but there you go. I've got this Distress Oxide in Blueprint sketch that we're going to be using. And then I have my Faber-Castell watercolour pens. And I'm going to pick out my blues as well. So let me get the blues out. So I have three nice blue colours here. And then finally, for a finishing touch, I've got this Sea Blue Derwent Inktense pencils, which I do love, but I only, for some reason, I only have 8. I did have a pack of 12, but I have no idea what I did with that pack of 12. Sorry, do bear with me. There we go. I'm just gonna shove that in there like that. So, plan today is, I have no idea, guys, at all. What I am thinking though, sorry, I'm just on the other side of the room, I'm grabbing some scissors, but as I walk past, I've got some, I think it's dried up. Yeah, it's dried up. Use your products, guys. This now has to go in the bin because it's ruined. Oh, please use your products. Honestly, because I've not been using them, put them in my little bin, because I've not been using my products, because I've been trying to get my studio and the business all sorted and everything else, I feel like I've just wasted so much money. I would not recommend the I'm just having a no, that I have no more blues. I would not recommend the Nuvo mousses if you are not going to do mixed media all the time, because yeah, they dry out very, very quickly, so which is such a shame. But I'm wondering, let me grab this, because I'm just thinking, because it has to be a blue page, that we colour all of the pink in a dark blue, because then that way I'm sticking to the brief. It was my brief, so in theory I could say, well actually, but I really want to use her. Now I don't know what I'm going to do about the teapot. We'll come in with a different shade of blue. Sorry Julia, I am defacing your bitbox bits, but you know, one has to do what one has to do to have it on one's piece. So yeah, but yeah, and that's what I'm sort of thinking. I'm not the best at colouring in as well. Julia's done such a beautiful job on this. So these are available from her shop. There should be a link in the description box below if you are interested in her bitbox bits. Same with, there's a link to my shop, to the flowers, but use what you have as long as it's blue. And if you want to join in with our challenge, we'd love to see what you create. So if you can come over to the Facebook group, my Facebook group, Shiny Silver Treasures, it would be amazing to see what you create, to see your blue pages, because I think that would be really, really nice. Actually, I think that looks really cool. So Julia, let me know if I can get away with doing this. I'm making a real effort to stay within the brief, because I have no idea what punishments would happen. Although she loves me, so it's all good. All good. Right, just gonna do that. I just need to figure out what I'm gonna do with the yellow, because if I put blue over the top, it's gonna go green. But you know, let's do whatever it is. I'm gonna go with this lighter one. I say lighter one. These are actually watercolor pens. I did pick them out because I wanted to use them with water. Do you know what? Let's just colour over the whole thing. I feel like I'm just ruining it, but yeah, I want to stick to the brief. Like I said, I really want to include her. I've got a slight idea of how I want this to look, so it really needs to sort of stick. I'm going to keep her hair. We're not having blue hair because that's just silly. So hopefully, let me know if I can get away with that. I think we can get away with that. Definitely. Definitely. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is one thing I absolutely hate is kiss cutting. I prefer fussy cutting where you leave a white border, but yeah, I don't want a white border on these ones today, so we're not going to have one. It's as simple as that. I don't even know why I picked blue. I was sort of trying to think of the next challenge, because it is getting harder and harder for our challenge. Well, I think it is, trying to think of something that we haven't already done. or, you know, is it too early to rehash something that we previously done in the past that we both enjoyed. So it's quite, yeah. Some months I have loads of designs, but that, like, I have loads of ideas, and then other months, and I think Julie is exactly the same as well. Yeah, we get a bit sort of, oh, what are we gonna do? But you can have like quite a few different ideas. I mean, I've got a few ideas with the journal front, including colours, so you might see a few more of them over the next couple of weeks. Well, months, but not like one after the other. I just like the idea, and it's something I've never done before, of doing a journal page just in one colour. So I just thought, you know what, it'd be a nice little challenge. Julie is going to smash it. She always does. She's fab at journals. She's the journaling queen. She always makes her layouts super bright and colourful, so it'd be interesting to see how she gets on with this as well. Other thing, I've just realised I don't actually have a sentiment for this, or a word for this. I don't know what to do. Right, okay, we're nearly finished. The chances are I'll probably need some more of these flowers, but yeah, we're just gonna cut them for now. There we go. Right, okay, so that is dry. Well, dry-ish. Dry as it's gonna be. Right, so I'm gonna grab my stencil. I'm gonna grab Blueprint Sketch and my blending brush, and we're just gonna pop some ink on like so. And I'm not having this, you know, perfect. We're just putting it on just for a bit of, yeah, of decoration, bit of contrast, bit of detail. I don't know what the words are. Oh, I like this colour. I don't know why I don't grab this colour more often, because it is actually a really, really nice colour to use. There, how gorgeous is that? Okay, so we have that. I've lost all my stencils as well. I can't find them. I'm slowly sorting out my studio, very slowly, so eventually I will come across all these different things. Okay, the next I want to do before we do any stamping is I want to actually bring in some of the colour with the watercolour pens. So all I'm going to do is I just want to bring in the dark colour. I'm going to use the big brush like this. I'm just thinking maybe you should have stenciled last. I'm just creating a sort of background, and because I put the gesso on, it gives me a much better surface to work on. So there we go. Oh, I like that. Just thinking, do I have a spray bottle? I don't think I do. I think I need to get a new one. Right, I like that. I'm liking how that's looking. I just want to bring a bit more of this on, like so. Yeah, right, okay, loving that. I do need a spray bottle, so yeah, I'll be back in a second once I've got a spray bottle. I have a spray bottle, so I just want to sort of break that edge up just a little, because it's a bit too harsh. Yeah, there we go. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dry this using my heat tool. So let me dry this and then we'll come back, because I want to add some more colour. Okay, that's done. Now I'm going to bring back in this dark pen, because I want these corners to be darker. Okay, so really darken that up. Now I'm not bothered if I get on these bits, because when I come to use them I will white gesso them. Right, I'm just going to use my ink again, and this time I'm just going to use my finger just to break up that edge like so. and do the same on this side. So no special tools for this, just using my finger, just like I say, just to break up that edge. And that is much better. I'm loving how dark that is. So let's try that. So heat tube going on now. Okay. Yeah, I love how dark the edge is. So just going to finish drying that off. Like this. Definitely love to see you guys create a blue journal page. It'll be really, really interesting to see what you come up with, because I think you guys will just be an absolutely amazing at it. So yeah, please do come over to the Facebook group and share it with us. Also, the good thing about the Facebook group as well is you get sneak peeks of anything that's coming up. So I've been winding everybody up. So I'm just using this. Now you'll see that this isn't on a what do you call it, a stamp block, and that is on purpose because I didn't want it to be too perfect. And I've got it upside down and sideways as well because I just think, why not? Okay, so we have that. Okay. So I'm just going to stick that back on, and then we've got this little dot one. I'm going to stick it to my finger, and then I'm just going to colour in with my watercolour pen, and then we're going to stick that down like so. So I'm using there we go, my finger as the palette and my watercolour pen as the ink, because you can. So it's just something a little bit different for you guys to see as well, it not just being the same sort of techniques and bits and pieces that I normally do. So a few more. And the good thing about this, it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm just going to take the excess off. There we go. So I'm loving that. So let's pop that back. Julia's backing stamps are really, really good. I love them. Right. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to bring in my pieces. So this is actually going to be quite a quick video, which is nice. So she's just going to sit there like that, and then I want these flowers on, and actually I can hide that teapot because I'm not very happy with the teapot. I am going to cut some more of the flowers because I want some on the other side. I want some of these smaller ones. So I think what I'll do is I'll go off camera because there's quite a few here that I want to cut out. So I'll go off camera and cut these out, and then we'll come back and we will finish this off. But I'm loving it. I'm loving how it's looking so far. So yeah. Right, okay, we are back. Do you know what? I'm going to just come in ever so slightly so you can see more. Now, I'm going to glue this down, but I'm actually going to use my gesso for this. And there's a couple of reasons why. It is paper, so it will work fine. But it's just because I want there to be a layer of gesso on the top of all these things. Because they've got a non-porous surface, or a porous surface, and the gesso will help me to use mediums around them. So I'll stick them down just using my gesso. You can do it depends on the brand of gesso whether or not you can do this. If you're not sure, then please just use glue. I'm just doing it because yeah, I know that I can, but I want to just make sure that I have gesso over all the flowers because my flowers are shiny, so I want to bring them in matte, and yeah, the gesso will do that for you. So I've got them all placed where I want them to be. Now, because the Distress Oxide that I'm using, because I'm using that, it is water based, which means it will react to this, which is fine. Okay, so there's that side. Now let's move all of them and let's get a load of gesso on the back of our girl. But yeah, use what you have. You can use Pritt Stick, you can use normal glue. I just don't have my glue on the desk either, so yeah. If I'd thought about it, I probably would have. Now, oh, I had never thought about that. So I used the watercolour ink on our girl. So I'm going to have to be careful with where I do the gesso. I should have really coated her beforehand. So anything that is water based will react to your gesso, just so that you know. Right, don't put any more gesso on there, but it's fine, because what's gonna happen is we're covering quite a bit of it up with the flowers. Okay, so and just on there, I feel like I put her a bit too high up, and then I'm sort of where the main bits are. Right, now I'm just going to go around making sure that I've got gesso on the top of all of my flowers. Like I say, just because I want to use, when this is dried, I'd like to use my Inktense pencil on this. So yeah, oh yeah, we'll have that one there. That's why, another reason why I'd like to do the gesso. It just makes everything react the same. Oh, that's better. So that you can't see very much pink now. Right, okay, so that is all done and stuck down, hopefully. I like it. And then what I want to do is, we need to get that dry. Oh, I've got another flower here. I don't know whether to add it. Yeah, do you know what? Let's add it. I've put my brush in water now. Okay. So I'm just going to stick that down there. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry this page up, and then yeah, once it's dried, I'm going to come in with my Inktense pencil and we're going to do some shadowing. And then I think I'm just going to write a word. Yeah, I might just write a word on it, but I'm loving how it's looking though. Isn't it looking good? I'm not very good at journal pages, and it's definitely not my strong point in crafting, but I still love doing it, which is why I still set these challenges, because I do absolutely love journaling and I think everybody should do it. And I just wanted everyone to see that even though you're not very good at it, doesn't mean you can't still do it. I still do it, and yeah, mine aren't the greatest, but I'm loving it. Anyway, yeah, I'll be back in a second once I've got this dry. Okay, that is dry, and I've just had another idea, which we will do at the very, very last. I'm just looking behind me for something, but not sure. I don't know what that is. Because what I'm thinking is, when I finish doing my shadowing, yeah, we could maybe do the final bit of stenciling. Oh, we've got some sorry. Oh, look at them. I wonder if they'll work. Right, yeah, we'll do some stenciling. Right, okay, sorry about that. I always get distracted at the wrong time. It always seems to be when I turn the camera on. Anyway, we do need a small paintbrush for this, so let's grab one. Okay, and while I'm up, I will grab my palette knife. If I have one. Where's my palette knives? Not in there. Okay, give me... Oh, there it is. Right, okay, so I have my palette knife and I've got a small paintbrush. So the palette knife is so that we can use these, and the paintbrush is so we can use this. So instead of drawing straight on with my pencil, I'm literally going to take the ink off the end. Now with Inktense, it basically is a watercolour until it dries. Then once it dries, it becomes permanent. So it then turns into an ink. They're lovely, lovely pens to use. Julia actually has the full set. Not jealous, honest. Just a little. Just a little. Absolutely gorgeous. She's got them in a wooden box. It's absolutely beautiful. But, I mean, how nice does that look? Just a little bit of shadowing. I never used to do shadowing until I met Julia. There you go. Right. So, I'm just going to go around all the edges. Like I said, I'm just taking the ink off the pencil. And the good thing about this as well is I can do splashes with it. This is one of my favourite pencils, watercolour pencils. I think the colour is gorgeous. What colour is it again? Sea blue. Just absolutely stunning. So I'm just gonna soften that line. I think it might be too late. Oh no, there we go. So how nice is that? I like that. And then I'm going to do the same again on this side, but we're just going to do it around our flowers like so. Oh, nothing special, just gonna, yeah, definitely want to do some stenciling again. And you'll find that with art journaling, that you know, you do things in layers, and you know, your first layer you might not be able to see by the last layer. It's just the process that you go through. You know, just embrace it, because it is just, I'm just going to go over the top of these as well with this colour, just to make them a bit brighter. Like so. Oh, nice. I'm liking that. So just going to go all the way around, just like that. And like I say, I'm just going to thin out those edges. Oh, I'm loving that. Right, final thing. I don't know whether to use the Glacier paste or the Crackle. Oh, the Crackle would be nice. And it's brand new, which means it shouldn't have dried out. I wish you could buy these little sample sets, because if you could buy the sample sets, it would have been so much better. So I will be back in 1 second. Right, okay, so I'm going to use this Crackle paste, and all I'm going to do is I am just going to pop it on here like so. And this is just going to be our final piece. Just to, oh, look at that. Just to bring that something a little bit else in. So that was my daughter just coming in. We've got a plum tree in our garden, and we've been picking the plums off, and we got the last off yesterday. So she has been de-seeding them and chopping them up ready to make lots of jam. And she's just come to inform me that there is 2.1 kilograms of plums ready to be turned into jam. There is a lot. So there we go. Right. Oh, I love that. So that is definitely what was needed. Do you know what? I am just going to put that on there and use that as a mop-up page. And then, now do you leave it to crackle, or do we blow dry it to crackle? Blow dry it? Heat it up to crackle? I don't know. I'm not sure. Should we heat it up? I like the expanding one, but like I said, I refuse to buy them because they just don't last. So, heat tool going on again, because we're going to see if we can crackle it and see what happens. to actually leave it and stop being impatient, which is what I'm thinking. Because that isn't crackling. I love the colour though. Yeah. So, there you go. You can't, it doesn't crackle if you heat it. I've left that side. Yeah, that hasn't crackled at all. So, yeah, you must have to. Oh, hang on. Add a texture distress 3D effect using a heat tool. So it even tells you to use a heat tool. Yeah. Right. So I think I'm just going to dry it with my heat tool because I like it. And then once I've dried it, I'm going to put some splashes on using the Inktense pencil. And yeah, put some words on. And then, yeah, so I'll be back when I've done it. Right, okay, I am loving the effect of that. So I've just gone in and just basically dried it with my heat tool. But it's all like bubbly. It's really, really cool. I'm pushing them all down now because, yeah, it just feels so good to do. But yeah, really nice. Loving the effect of that. So I'm just going to grab my Inktense pencil, grab some water, and we're just going to load that up with ink. And then I'm just going to do splatters. Like so. Right, okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to use a pen. Let me just, yeah, do you know what I'm going to do? I do have a stamp set now that has this on, but we're just going to have a smile with a heart because everyone likes a heart. Okay, like that. I feel like my heart isn't very hearty. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I'm going to just leave it as is. I really like it. So, that's my page. Now, if you want to see a professional at work, go and check out our lovely Julia, because you know fine well that she'll smash it. She always does. She always makes amazing journal pages. Yeah, that's it for me today from my blue journal page. I will see you guys in the next Dawn and Julia Creates very soon. But until then, please do take care and happy crafting. Bye.